Let's talk about the very first important chapter of history, the French Revolution. We all know that in 1789, a great revolution was started in France, which had transformed the whole political, social, and economic system of that country. And this revolution was very important in the sense that it also had a global impact. It inspired other countries to start similar type of revolution. In one way we can say that French Revolution had prepared a way for the outbreak of revolution in other countries of the world also. So let's talk about the French Revolution. See, this is France. It is one of the prominent, prosperous and one of the most developed country of the world today. France, the capital of France is Paris. It is in the Paris. You will find a small place that is Versailles, where there was a palace of the King of France. First of all, let's talk about what is a revolution. See, revolution, various scholars have given different definitions regarding revolution. It is a struggle of the people to bring about a change in the government of the country. Revolution is a vital force for the advancement of mankind. And a very interesting definition is given by Mao Zedong, who was the greatest leader of the Communist Party of China. What he said about revolution. See, revolution is not a dinner party, nor an essay, nor a painting, nor a piece of embroidery. It cannot be advanced softly, gradually, carefully, considerately, respectfully, politely, and modestly. A revolution, see the last line, this is important. A revolution is an insurrection, an act of violence by which one class overthrows another. ठीक है, जहाँ पे एक क्लास दूसरे क्लास को हटा देता है, उसे कंप्लीटली उसे सीन से गैप कर देता है. मतलब कहने का यहाँ पे ये है, हमारे फ्रांस में भी यही हुआ था, है ना. वन क्लास हैज ओवरथ्रो अनदर क्लास. विच क्लास? द नोबिलिटी क्लास, द king class, they all were overthrown by whom? By the people's class. So, causes of the revolution, there are various causes of the revolutions. Political causes, we all know Louis XVI was a ruler of France. He was autocratic, concentrated all the power in his own hand. He had no knowledge about the problems and suffering of the people. He considered himself to be the representative of God on earth and believed in the theory of divine right. Punishment was very harsh in France. Torture was common. No provision of habeas corpus. That means any person can be arrested any time just on the basis of suspicion. Method of tax collection was very faulty. टैक्स बहुत ज़्यादा लिया जाता था. टैक्स कलेक्ट करने का तरीका बहुत गलत था. जो लोग टैक्स नहीं दे पाते थे उनके पूरी प्रॉपर्टी को सीज कर लिया जाता था सरकार के द्वारा. Then social cause, we all know that in France there was a society of states comprising 3 states. First state, clergy, the head of the church, who were bishops, archbishops, etc. Second state, nobility, big businessmen, merchants, court officers. And the third state comprises common people. Who were the common people? See, the big businessmen, merchants, court officers, lawyers, peasants, artisans, small peasants, landless laborers, workers, servants, etc. They all belong to third state. And the people belonging to third state, they constituted about 85% of the total population. जितनी आबादी थी ना, उसका 85% आबादी तो कॉमन लोगों की थी. और ये लोग लगभग अपने इनकम जितना ये लोग कमाते थे ना, उसका 80% तो ये लोग सिर्फ टैक्स दे देते थे. मतलब इतना ज़्यादा टैक्स लिया जाता था कि एक आदमी मान लीजिए 100 रुपया अगर कमा रहा है तो 80 रुपया सिर्फ उसको टैक्स देने में ही चला जाता था. तो उसके बाद बचता क्या था? 20 रुपया. 20 रुपये में वो क्या कर पाएगा? ठीक है. और सबसे बुरी बात, सबसे ख़राब बात, सबसे चुभती हुई बात, सबसे पेनफुल बात ये थी कि द फर्स्ट 2 स्टेट्स दे वर कम्प्लीटली एग्जेम्प्टेड फ्रॉम द पेमेंट ऑफ टैक्सेस. दे वर नॉट रिक्वायर्ड टू गिव एनी टैक्सेस. They were rich people, they were wealthy, they were aristocratic, they were prosperous. They could contribute more and more to the state exchequer, but they were free from the payment of taxes. They are not required to give any taxes. All the burden of taxes were fell upon the people of third state. Okay, this was the feature of the society of state which created a lot of anger resentment among the people of France, and finally they rose into rebellion. Economic cause was the most important cause of the revolution. The system of taxation in France was highly unjust and impractical. The peasants had to, देख लीजिए यहाँ पे किताब में भी ये दिया हुआ नहीं है जो मैंने यहाँ पे बनाया है कि किसानों को कितनी तरह की टैक्स देने पड़ते थे. मैंने कुछ टैक्स को मेंशन किया है. जैसे देखिए, द सर्फ हैड टू वर्क ऑन द फील्ड ऑफ द फार्मर्स 3 days अ वीक. एक किसान को, छोटे किसान को बड़े किसान के खेतों में हफ्ते में 3 दिन काम करना है. उसके बाद देखिए, द फार्मर यूज्ड टू पे 1/10 ऑफ देयर इनकम टू द चर्च. दिस टैक्स वाज नोन एज टाइथ. Then a direct tax was realized from the farmers. Then they paid taxes also at the time of war. The farmer also paid income tax. Salt tax they will have to give. Then they, if the construction of the road is going on, the farmers had to work for the repairs of the road without any payment, which was known as corvée. Okay, and not only these taxes were given by the farmer, but more or less all the sections, all the people belonging to third estate, they are required to give all these types of taxes. To whom? To the king, to the church, or to the nobles. So many taxes were there in France, and the condition of the people was very miserable. They were very poor. They were not in a position to give so many taxes to the king, but the king was adamant to reduce the taxes. Okay, the king was reluctant to reduce the taxes. वो अनिच्छुक था, वो टैक्स रिड्यूस करना नहीं चाहता था. वो एडमेंट था, वो जिद पे था कि मैं ये टैक्स लूंगा, सारे टैक्सेस लूंगा, बल्कि मैं और टैक्स इंट्रोड्यूस करूंगा. Then intellectuals, the writers also played a very important role in the revolution. Okay, we have discussed about the 3 writers. Rousseau propagated the social contract theory. He proposed a form of government based on social contract. Then John Locke, Montesquieu, who advocated the division of the power within the government. He also propagated against the absolute concentration of power. So these 3 writers, the people go through the books of these 3 writers, they were highly motivated, they were highly guided, educated, and they were inspired by these writers, by the writings of these writers to start the revolution. So these writers were not present at that time, but their writings, their books, their articles have certainly contributed to the rise of revolution in France. So the role of these writers also could not be underestimated. You should know particularly about these 3 writers. और भी कई writers थे, लेकिन ये 3 writers के बारे में आपको जानना जरूरी है. Then immediate cause क्या था? We all know that the immediate cause was the decision of the king to start to impose a new tax upon the people of France, because the royal treasury has become empty when Louis XVI became the ruler of France, and he wanted to increase the revenue of the government, and that's why he proposed to introduce a new tax upon the people of France in 1789. This decision was not accepted by the people of third estates, particularly by the representative of third estates who were attending the meeting of States General, and they also wanted that the voting system should be changed. Each state should be given 1 vote. This was not accepted by Louis XVI, and finally the representative of third estate, they walk out of the assembly, and then they formed an organization which was known as the National Assembly. They formed an organization इन द टेनिस कोर्ट. एक टेनिस कोर्ट में इन लोगों ने 14 जून 1789 को इन लोगों ने डिक्लेयर किया कि वी विल फॉर्म एन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन दैट विल बी कॉल्ड एज द नेशनल असेंबली, एंड दैट नेशनल असेंबली विल ड्राफ्ट अ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, एंड द किंग विल रूल ओवर द कंट्री अकॉर्डिंग टू आवर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. ओके, व्हेन दीज वेयर गोइंग ऑन इन द कंट्री साइड्स, देहातों में है ना, शहर से दूर वाले इलाकों में जो है ना, किसानों ने रिवोल्ट कर दिया, क्योंकि खाने की बहुत ज़्यादा कमी हो गई थी, फसल बर्बाद हो गए थे, लंबी लाइनों में लोग खड़े रहते थे एक ब्रेड लेने के लिए, चीज़ों का दाम बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ गया था. तो जब रिप्रेजेंटेटिव थर्ड स्टेट के रिप्रेजेंटेटिव नेशनल असेंबली बनाने की घोषणा कर रहे थे, एट द सेम टाइम इन द कंट्री साइड्स, ओके, वी फाइंड दैट द पीजेंट्स एंड द अदर पुअर पीपल, दे रोज इनटू रिबिलियन, दे स्टार्टेड रेवोल्यूशन, एंड ऑन 14th July 1789 the revolutionary also captured Bastille, which was one of the prison of the king of France. This greatly demoralizes the king, and finally he decided to accept the demands of the people. So after the fall of Bastille, we find that Louis XVI was became very terrified, and he became fearful. He started thinking that if I do not bow before the revolutionaries, they will kill me, they will kill our family. Okay, so finally Louis XVI, he decided to accept the demands of the revolutionaries, and a new government was formed in 1789, which was known as the Government of National Assembly. And this new government, what they did, what are the achievement of the Government of National Assembly? It drafted the constitutions in 1791. It changed the political system of France from absolute to constitutional monarchism. Then the powers of the government were assigned to three institutions: legislature, executive, and judiciary. Legislature makes law, executive execute the law, and judiciary protect the law. Then election system was started and right to vote was granted to the people. Then a large number of rights and freedoms were given to the people of France. Large number of rights and freedoms were given to the France. See, to the people of France. See this chart. ये डायग्राम आप देखिए, इसको मैंने एक्सप्लेन भी किया था, है ना. जजेस एग्जीक्यूटिव्स का काम किंग और मिनिस्टर्स करते हैं. लेजिस्लेचर का काम नेशनल असेंबली करते हैं, जिसमें 745 मेंबर्स होते हैं. They were elected by the 50,000 men electors, and electors were elected by the people. But one of the demerit of the Government of National Assembly, we all know that all the people were not given the right to vote. Only the poor people and those who did not give any tax, particularly equivalent to 3 days of the laborers' wage, they were deprived from the right to vote, and they were called as what? They were called as the passive citizens. So women, children, youth below 25 years, and poor people, they were deprived from the right to vote, and the rest were given this right, who were called as the active citizens. Then we all know that the Government of National Assembly did not satisfy all the people of France. The people of poor people, they wanted again a change in the system. Large number of political parties and groups were formed. Many clubs were formed. One of the important club which was formed by the poor people was known as the Jacobin Club. एक जिरोंडिस क्लब भी था. महिलाओं ने भी बहुत सारे क्लब बनाए, जिसमें काफ़ी फेमस क्लब थी महिलाओं की, विच वाज नोन एज द सोसाइटी ऑफ द रेवोल्यूशनरी एंड रिपब्लिकन वीमेन. तो various clubs were formed in France, but we should know about one important club. We have to know about one important club, that was the Jacobin Club. It composed of the people from mainly poor classes, artisans, daily workers, etc. And they believed that the power had been consolidated by upper, prosperous, middle class and wealthy traders. इनका कहना था कि नेशनल असेंबली की सरकार में अमीर लोगों ने कब्जा कर रखा है उस सरकार को. गरीबों को कोई राइट्स अधिकार नहीं मिले. ये चाहते थे कि हमें राइट्स अधिकार गरीबों को भी मिलना चाहिए, वोट का अधिकार मिलना चाहिए. And their leader was who? Their leader was Maximilian Robespierre. So यहाँ पे आप देखिए कि सितंबर 1791 में एक नया कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन तैयार हुआ था. नेशनल असेंबली ने कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन तैयार किया, ठीक है. लेकिन ये नेशनल असेंबली की सरकार बहुत ज़्यादा चली नहीं, और लुई 16 भी खुश नहीं था इस सरकार से. उसने सीक्रेट करस्पॉन्डेंस किया किस दो देशों से, याद है ना, ऑस्ट्रिया और प्रशा. और ऑस्ट्रिया और प्रशा को इनवाइट किया टू डिक्लेयर वार अगेंस्ट हिज ओन कंट्री. लेकिन रेवोल्यूशनरीज ने जम के उनका मुकाबला किया. दे डिफीटेड द कंबाइंड आर्मीज ऑफ ऑस्ट्रिया एंड प्रशा एंड दस सेफगार्डेड द रेवोल्यूशनरी गवर्नमेंट. एंड आफ्टरवर्ड वी फाइंड दैट लुई 16 वाज कैप्चर्ड एंड ही वाज सेंटेंस्ड टू डेथ फॉर ट्रेजन. गद्दारी के लिए उनको उनको डेथ सेंटेंस दिया गया. लुई 16 को गुलोटीन कर दिया गया. ओके, वी हैव डिस्कस्ड ऑल दिस थिंग्स. ओके, in the late 1792, king and family attacked by radicals in Paris. Monarchical system was suspended. All this happened during the time of the Government of National Assembly. the Government of National Convention. जब गवर्नमेंट नेशनल कन्वेंशन की सरकार बनी, तब राजा और उसके पूरे फैमिली मेंबर को अरेस्ट किया गया, ठीक है. लेजिस्लेटिव असेंबली को सस्पेंड कर दिया गया, और इलेक्शन को अनाउंस किया गया, और राइट टू वोट सबको दिया गया. 21 ईयर्स और उससे अबव जो भी थे, चाहे वो अमीर है, गरीब है, टैक्स देते हैं, नहीं टैक्स देते हैं, सबको वोट देने का अधिकार मिला गवर्नमेंट ऑफ नेशनल कन्वेंशन में. बट अगेन वीमेन वेयर केप्ट आउट ऑफ दिस राइट. वीमेन अगेन वेयर नॉट गिवन द राइट टू वोट. So after the revolution, we find that two types of government were established one by one. First was the Government of National Assembly, and from 1789 to 92, and second was the Government of National Convention that lasted for 1 year from 1792 to 1793 से 1794. Okay, and the instrument of human death. The death sentence given to the people in France was known as guillotine. We all know that this was a machine which was used to behead a person. सर काट दिया जाता था, जिसको डेथ सेंटेंस मिलता था, और मशीन के जरिए. ये मशीन को आप ध्यान से देखिए. दिस मशीन वाज इन्वेंटेड बाय वन ऑफ द मेंबर ऑफ नेशनल असेंबली हुज नेम वाज डॉक्टर गुलोटिन. Dr. Guillotine was a scientist and he was also one of the member of National Assembly. It was he who invented this machine so that a person could be beheaded in a more humane form. Then Martial is called as the national anthem of France. You should know about it. It was written by Claude de Lisle and this song was widely sung by the people of France during the Revolutionary War when they were going to fight against the combined army of Austria and Prussia. So this is the Government of National Convention which was formed in 1792, and this Government of National Convention was formed by the Jacobin people under the leadership of Maximilian Robespierre. It provided right to vote to all the citizens who are 21 years or above, but male, only male. Monarchical system was abolished. A small group known as the Committee of Public Safety created by this government which took all control, all major decision. That means all the major decision in the Government of National Convention was taken by the Committee of Public Safety, and this committee was mainly dominated by whom? This committee was mainly dominated by the members of Jacobin Club. See, he is Robespierre. He only ruled for 1 year from 1793 to 1794, and during his 1 year of period, 1 year of his rule is known as the Reign of Terror. Why? Because he had ordered to guillotine a large number of people during this 1 year of his rule, particularly those persons who were against republic, who were the supporter of king, or who did not like the policy of Maximilian Robespierre. All these persons were said to have been guillotined at the order of Maximilian Robespierre. It was Maximilian Robespierre who ordered the execution of Louis XVI and Marie Antoinette also. He also destroyed the churches and closed it down. But one noble achievement of Maximilian Robespierre was that he abolished slavery system. गुलाम प्रथा को उसने हटा दिया था. Okay. और प्राइसेस को रेगुलेट किया था. He fixed the prices of the commodity. That means the prices of the commodity could neither be increased nor be decreased. Okay. But the rule, he also imposed ceiling on prices and wages. Peasants were told to bring their products to the market and to sell them at the price fixed by the government. The use of sir and madam was prohibited. Everybody will call themselves as citizens. All this was started by Maximilian Robespierre, but this government lasted only for 1 year, and we find that in July 1794 Robespierre himself was executed, and afterwards his government, the Government of National Convention, came to an end. Then afterwards again we find a new government was formed in France. That was the Directory government. New constitution was formed in 1795, which allowed the creation of 2 legislative councils. These 2 legislative councils, the member of these 2 legislative councils were elected by the people, and these people, they select 5 persons who were known as directors, and these directors rule over the country with the help of both the legislative councils. But this directory government also could not be able to last for a longer period of time, and it was abolished in 1799 by Napoleon Bonaparte, who became the undisputed leader, or we can say that he became the undisputed ruler of the country France. So we do not have to study much about Napoleon. We should know that in 1804 he declared himself as the Emperor of France, and he has worked a lot for the development of France. He beautified Paris. He established many schools, colleges and universities, established banks, Okay, he introduced the uniform system of weight and measurement. Then he codified the law of a country. We find a lot of domestic achievement of Napoleon Bonaparte, but he was also very ambitious. He wanted to make France the strongest power in Europe, and he earned the enmity of Russia and Britain. ओके, रशिया और ब्रिटेन को वो हराना चाहता था, क्योंकि रशिया और ब्रिटेन को हराने के बाद ही फ्रांस सुप्रीम पावर बन सकता था। लेकिन रशिया और ब्रिटेन ने नेपोलियन बोनापार्ट को ही हरा दिया। 1815 में एक लड़ाई हुई, बैटल ऑफ वाटरलू, नेपोलियन को हरा दिया। रशिया और इंग्लैंड की सेना ने नेपोलियन को अरेस्ट कर लिया गया, उसको बंदी बनाया गया और 1821 में नेपोलियन की डेथ हो गई। तो वी डिड नॉट हैव टू स्टडी मच अबाउट नेपोलियन बोनापार्ट। ओके, but Napoleon Bonaparte has certainly played a very important role in the development of France, but at the same time he was also a dictator. He promoted the principle of equality, but at the same time he was not in favor of providing much rights and freedom to the people. He was also did not favor of giving much rights and freedom to women. That means in one way we can say that he was not in favor of women's liberation. So French Revolution has played a very important role in transforming the system of France. Liberty, equality, fraternity concepts were developed, and this French Revolution has inspired the people of other countries of Europe, and they also started the revolutions. Many steps were taken by the government of France to improve the condition of women in France also. All these were done in France after the revolution. So the condition of France, the general condition of France was a little bit improved. Yeah, we can say that was drastically improved after the revolution. Then the slave trade was also there. We have discussed about the slave trade. The French businessmen, they plied their ships from the ports of France. They go to Africa, and in African western coastal part of Africa, they buy the slaves. Then they sell the slaves to the Caribbean countries, to the plantation owners, and after selling the slaves, they used to buy coffee, indigo, tobacco, etc., and then they return back to their own country with these products, and they sell these products to the country of Europe at very high prices. Okay, and they also used to give a lot of taxes to the government. So this triangular slave trade was very much, what we can say that it was highly profitable to not only to the traders but also to the government of France. But in 1848 finally this system was abolished. Now I am showing you one small video regarding French Revolution. Just see it and get a lot of knowledge about this chapter also through this video.